My name's Robert Joyce, and this is 30 Minute Life Living with Multiple Sclerosis. MS is a tricky disease as many of its symptoms are invisible. Fatigue is one of those invisible symptoms, and it's very hard for people to understand. So, in this post that I wrote on August 5th in 2017, I try to describe a little bit of what it's like. I don't want to succumb. This morning I woke at 7:45, a little earlier than usual. On Saturdays I like to sleep in and catch up on some rest. One of the symptoms that I have with multiple sclerosis is fatigue. For those of you who don't have fatigue, it is a very hard symptom to understand. When I wake up, it's as if I never slept. My limbs are heavy and I wonder how I will get out of bed. Some mornings I just want to lie there forever. I want to give in. This morning I felt just like giving in and sleeping all day. However, I cannot just turn over and return to restful slumber, because as soon as I wake up, my headache asserts itself. The right side of my head throbs, pulsing with a rhythm that cannot be ignored. It stops me from sleeping and enjoying the laziness of the morning. I have to act, otherwise the pain becomes unbearable. So now I have to distract myself. I am sleepy, no energy, but I have to act. So I start to read. I play a game on my iPad. I have to dart from one activity to another, trying to find something that doesn't involve concentration. If I have to concentrate, my headache will escalate from a 5 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10. I don't want to start a day like that. This is what I do when I feel like giving up. I bootstrap myself, step by step. I accept the pain, because for me, that means living. No pain is equal to drugs. Drugs is equal to sedation. Sedation equals giving up. I will not allow my disabilities to rob me of life. I choose to live my life actively. This is my choice. So that was that post, and it's a little bit freaky, because that's what I have been going through for the last couple of weeks. About a month ago, I was in hospital because my mobility had become so bad that I just couldn't walk anymore, and particularly my right leg, but my left leg was also getting bad, and my fatigue was becoming overwhelming. So I went to the hospital and I wrote a blog post about this and the choice that I had to make going to hospital at a time when there is this pandemic going on. That was a very difficult decision. Anyway, I went to the hospital, I got my steroid treatment, and I came back and I was walking again. And it was absolutely fantastic. And my fatigue had improved too, which was also brilliant. I was really happy with that. But I still have my headaches. And I had asked my neurologist if there was some new treatment that I could try to alleviate the pain somewhat. So he gave me a new medication to try. It is also used in higher doses for treating depression, but helps with nerve ending pain. Anyway, I started that. And within a week and a half of taking that, my fatigue had become a lot worse. And my walking had disimproved too, dramatically. It was if I had never gone to hospital. It was if I had never used the steroids. And so I had to make a decision again. Do I stop that medication? Which I did 3 days ago. And slowly, but it seems to be that my walking is starting to improve again. And that fatigue or sedation that you get with these antidepressant pills started to disappear, and it is disappearing, and which is great. So I'm very happy with that. But I was watching a movie yesterday, or actually it was a documentary about what it would be like to live on a planet if our gravity changed and it was double what it is now, or even 4 times what it is now. And they described exactly what it's like having fatigue and having MS. Your everything is being sucked into the ground, and every move you make takes a supreme amount of effort. So somebody looking on from a normal gravity world would say, why is that person going so slowly? Why are they using so much effort to do something that is simple? But it's not. And the concentration that you have to exert on yourself to keep moving is the concentration that it takes is huge, because every move you have to think about, you have to plan, you have to execute, you have to be deliberate in what you do. And walking isn't that. That you do that reflexively. You don't even realize that you're walking. But for me, that's not the way. And on the days when I'm good, the joy of being able to move freely is unbelievable. Something so simple that we learn as a baby how to do, I have to fight for. And fatigue makes that worse, but also my the signaling that's happening within my body makes it worse. So I thought that was a very good descriptor of what it would be like to have MS if you lived on a planet with double or 4 times the gravity that we have here on Earth. Anyway, this is the thing with a chronic illness. You go through cycles. You have periods where you are bad, and you then pull yourself out of those bad days. And that takes a supreme will. It takes huge concentration, huge effort to decide not to give in to the illness, but to, and this is the way I describe it, I have to bootstrap myself out of it. I have to pull myself up out of this morass of, it's not really depression, it's a lethargy, it's a heaviness, and somehow you have to find your way out. And I've had to do that so many times, and I will have to do it again so many times, and I've become practiced at it, but each time it is still a struggle. Each time it's still hard. And the last time I did it was last week. And that's life with a chronic illness. And it doesn't disappear, and it isn't cured, and it won't go away. I have to battle against it continuously. Anyway, that's me. Thank you for listening, and I welcome you back for the next episode of A 30-Minute Life. And I would ask you to share this with friends of yours, and also if you could press the subscribe button, it would help me greatly. Thank you very much. My name's Robert Joyce.